Good evening and welcome to The Guy with a Smile. I'm The Guy with a Smile, and today we are jumping into the Magic the Gathering Arena Open Beta. It was just released today, so we should have some fun going through the opening and getting our first decks at the very least. Tutorial shouldn't take too long, and as soon as I get the game up, we will get started. Just get that going. Hope everybody's having a good night. Hope everybody's had a good Thursday. Pretty light day at the office today. Had some good talks with some folks. Got some stuff set up for the next episode of a show that we're working on, and we should be good to go here shortly. There we go. Come on.
Wake up! Wake up! Whew, looks like you barely survived your last battle, but with some training, you'll become a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah,
Let's get
about
started.
that.
The elves of Llanowar are impressive warriors. Perhaps one of them will help us practice.
The forest belongs to the elves.
She seems like an enthusiastic teacher. You'll need to draw mana from lands to cast your spells.
Not that it won't tell you this already, but you start by playing, you can play one land per turn. And you just play them by dragging them and dropping them onto the battlefield.
You don't have enough lands to cast anything yet. So that's all you can do right now.
Lands show here what type of mana they provide, in this case 1 white.
Play another land so you
My
can
spells
summon a creature.
up at the upper right show what the cost of the spell is. This takes 2 white mana to cast. It's the same as this. So once I do this, as it shows, I can now cast one of these. Yes, I am aware of that. Thank you. So cast that, and as it says, you cast the spell by tapping the lands.
You can summon creatures to fight for you.
Once a land is tapped, it can't be used anymore that turn. It will untap at the beginning of your next turn. As so. Again, I can play one land per turn. Since I have another one, I can play it. I can do that.
Only one of your creatures is ready to attack.
And as it will show you here, this first turn the creature is summoned, it can't be used to attack. So. And it shows you first number is power, second number is toughness. Attacking causes a creature to tap, unless it has vigilance, but they'll get into that later. A creature with vigilance does not tap when it attacks.
Attack.
And yes, it's going to show you that they both have 2/2. They will ultimately kill each other.
Admirable. Pity I have to crush you.
creatures with summoning sickness can be used to block.
That's a big problem.
Not really, it's only 4/4.
That beast will destroy your creatures if you attack now.
It will only destroy one of them.
You've shown spirit, but I will show you strength.
Stand your ground. One of your creatures can block it.
This is a sorcery spell. I'll go into the spell types. You have several different spell types. You have creatures, sorceries, instants, which can be cast on your opponent's turn. Yes, I know which one. So in this case, I'm sacrificing one of my shrine creatures to block the creature. It won't kill it, but it will block all the damage. It will die in the process, but sometimes you have to sacrifice a pawn.
Take down that beast while it's still recovering.
Again, this is a sorcery spell, which means I can only cast it on my turn. And as you can see, destroy target tapped creature, so the opponent has to have a tapped creature for it to destroy.
You're not making this easy. We've got you cornered.
Cast the spell. Clear a path to finish her.
Bye, nice lady.
Well fought, outsider.
And that is the basic of Magic. Now, normally you have a larger hand size than that to start with. You normally start with 7 cards. And I unlocked Spiritual Guardian. This is a nice spell. It's a little on the expensive side, but it gives you 4 life and it creates a 3/4 creature, which is a nice mid-range creature. So we'll claim that. We'll move on
Good work
to
back there.
number 2.
But if you're going to battle another planeswalker, you've got to be prepared for anything. I know a guy on Ravnica that can teach you everything you need to know about tactics. Especially what not to do.
So, again, we're going to go through this. They're going to teach... This, I think, is mostly about things like haste and things of that nature. Yeah, with the
Surprise attack!
Yeah. A creature with haste doesn't suffer from summoning sickness.
Yay!
Don't worry, these things are basically harmless. Okay,
Now-
maybe worry just a little bit.
Now, while I don't know how these decks are technically constructed, in a normal tutorial, or sorry, in a normal tournament deck, you can only have 4 of any given card. So he's got 3 of these out. He can only have 1 more. Now again, I don't know that the tutorial decks are made that way, so I can't legitimately say that, but you can only... One creature can only block 1 creature. Now, multiple creatures can block a single creature, like if I was attacking, he could block with 2 of his creatures and thus kill me. So you can use that to try to get rid of creatures, which I'm sure you will see me do once we start playing.
I've got more where that came from.
So... also, you can cast as many spells as you have mana for.
Your creatures aren't tough enough to survive being blocked.
Sometimes, however,
Hold them
you may
back.
want to hold cards back or hold mana back because you may have an instant in your hand that you can use on your opponent's phase to.
Everybody but me. Charge! Hey, nobody kills my troops but me. Wait, huh?
Should be noted there that any card that designates any target can be targeted on the player or creatures. If it had said, for example, targeted creature, then he could have only hit my creatures with it.
Ow, ow, ow! Where's an army of expendable minions when you need one? Oh, here it is.
Nice defense. He'd be a fool to attack you now.
Never hold back. Never back down. Never walk barefoot in a goblin warren.
Here, block a 1/1, block a 1/1. Neither of these creatures will die. Block the 2/2 with the heavier creature, it won't die.
It's time to bring the pain.
This is going to hurt.
Hey, little girl. And so now.
A good general knows when they're beat. So you should probably give up now. Have mercy on me, please. It's the pokey bits that hurt the most.
And now, all of these, I'm pretty sure, are pre-planned hands. So
Quick learner. So let's try a more challenging lesson.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure they'll let you do something that would break the rhythm of the hand. But it is still a good way to learn the basics of the game and learn some of the basic tactics.
He might look like any other merfolk, but his knowledge is boundless. Stay patient and keep an open mind.
If it is wisdom you seek, I will teach you.
Flying creatures are annoying.
Birds fly freely, unfettered by earthly bonds.
A flying creature can only be blocked by another flying creature or a creature that has reach. This makes them very useful for what you're about to see.
Everything is connected. You must understand the air, land, and sea.
That bird can fly over any blockers on the ground.
Still think cats should have reach, but nobody asked me.
Good. You've been paying attention. Obstacles may block your path, but do not lose sight of your true goal.
Oh, look at its little hat. So cute. Sorry. Continue.
Its head is a skull. Now, obviously, there's no real point in attacking because he'll just block. He won't do any damage to me, but he won't take any damage either, so it's just as well. It doesn't matter.
Battles ebb and flow.
Enchantment. Enchantments can be put on your creatures. As you see, he's now tapped this. It stays tapped. Okay, now there's a reason to attack, because by attacking, I do more than 4 points of damage, which means if he blocks, I can kill his blocker.
If you keep to the shallows, you'll never learn the secrets of the depths.
Now again, this is...
Wow, that sounds deep.
If you make big waves, do not blame the ocean when you get carried away.
His lessons are just so majestic.
The student is a river. The teacher is an ocean. The master is also an ocean.
Wait, what? That last one sounds a bit fishy. You know what? The mystic I was thinking of isn't even a merfolk.
It was fun while it lasted.
And ultimately, that last piece of wisdom is the best thing to take away from that match. No, seriously. There is a deck that's essentially based on what I just did. So now we're getting into instance. In fact, this next match is all about instance.
Okay, you're almost ready to take on anyone, including whoever roughed you up in the first place.
So let's get through this and get into the real game. But no, this, like I said, this is a
Watch her
while it
every
is
move and be ready for anything.
while it is planned, I'll say, it is a good way to learn the rules of the cards and kind of how the cards interact.
Go on, attack me.
I can't. It's your turn. And here we get to find out what instants are all about.
This is my favorite part.
Yes, instant spells can be cast at any time. You can cast them on your turn, you can cast them on your opponent's turn.
Let her get under your skin. Your move.
That's not... Now it's my move. Thank you. Now, surely she can't stop me again, right? creatures that have flash are essentially instants that you can cast.
Did you see that coming?
This is one of the more annoying tactics. You block with a creature and then you do something to sacrifice the creature, and yeah. I still don't do my damage to them because damage was blocked, and you get some benefit from sacrificing the creature.
Careful. You can't afford to take another hit like that. Block first. Then it's time for some trickery with your
The reason it was having me not attack is because this creature can't attack or can't block. So now I block, assign the
Pass it
blocker.
now. Ooh, very clever.
You've fallen right into my trap.
Get ready.
Again, here's where she will use 2 creatures to block my 1 creature, and she'll do 4 damage, which means she would kill my creature. But if I do this, now I kill both of hers and mine lives.
I've got nothing, really. I'm at your mercy. Looks like you've let your guard down.
This is a nice instant to have if you're playing a deck that can utilize it because of this exactly. Now, she shouldn't actually be able to have that many of those cards,
Now
but again,
it's
this
my
is
turn.
set up to show you, teach you
Hurry,
things.
make some blockers.
And then we go 1, 2, 3.
Ugh, why won't you die?
Now you've got her.
I'll be in touch.
Now, one of the hard things about Magic, of course, the main thing about Magic is deck building is key. Building your deck to give you creatures, give you the instance, and give you everything you need when you need it. But you're dealing with the fact that you're dealing with a random deal and a random shuffle. So which cards you're going to draw at any given point is questionable.
Nice job. That was some quick thinking. When we first
Now, I do kind of
You
wish
looked
they
within an inch
had
of your life.
shortened some of this
Now you're
voiceover.
unstoppable.
Um,
Who were you fighting in the first place, anyway?
Nicole Borgas. After I annihilated you, I really didn't expect to see you again.
Nicholas is the big bad of the Magic universe at the moment.
This is a terrible idea.
Yes, yes it is. Actually it's not. The game is rigged, so... But it does do a good job of teaching you how to handle things. In this particular case, it also kind of shows you
Defeat
the
me,
strengths
and
of
I'll
a
let you
multicolored deck,
lose,
which because he plays a
and you
3-color
will
deck.
Serve me for eternity.
Fight as if your life depended on it.
It does.
Sometimes you need to make a tough decision. Did he just throw away a dragon?
You look surprised. I do as I choose with what is mine.
Depending on your deck, discarding something like that is not necessarily a bad idea, and you'll see that later. That's right.
Everything here exists or perishes at my whim. Power is the only
And this is
thing
one of the
that
instances,
There is
well, not this
nothing
specifically, but I was talking about where you might want to hold mana back. Because if he had done something that turn, I wouldn't have had I wouldn't have had the mana to cast Tactical Advantage.
I will let nothing stand in the way of what I seek.
Um,
Not even death. Enough of this.
Very handy spell.
Whoa!
My triumph is at hand. What is?
We just might be able to pull this off.
No matter. Soon there will be nothing left of you either.
My annoying little 1 point of damage.
Hold back, so you can prepare for his attack.
I've underestimated you.
Oh, that's how I did it before.
Congratulations. You're actually beginning to irritate me. Such impudence.
Yep, that's me.
An angel. Do you really think a mere angel will stop me? My power is beyond that of a god.
We'll see about that.
Admit defeat.
We've come this far. Don't give up now.
My patience is wearing thin. Let's finish it.
Actually, I should have attacked last round. Never mind. That was my mistake.
This is it.
Not really, but... I technically could have won that one round sooner, but I made a mistake and I forgot that the angel has vigilance, so I didn't attack with it. And that was on me, but ultimately it didn't matter. It just made the game last one round longer.
Dragon better think twice before he tries
Yes,
messing with you
you
again.
can. Now they give you the 5 starter decks: white single color, blue single color, black single color, red single color, or green single. So you get all 5 of them, so it doesn't matter. So we claim those.
It won't
And
affect your games, and you can change it whenever you want.
The gods of this world are worthy of service.
that's not quite a smile, but we'll go with the grimace. Guy with a grimace.
Whoa!
Yes, there's a quest. Play a game for 250 coins. So,
But
I'm gonna-
first, you'll need to choose a
Yeah.
deck.
and let's see, what am I gonna play? I'm gonna go with a black
Choose your
deck.
before each game.
Now this is an actual game, so this is me versus another player. We're getting into the nitty gritty. He goes first, so I need to keep an eye on what my initial hand is. I've got 3 land. I've got creatures that I can cast on the second turn, and I've got some backup stuff and other things. So this is a good starting hand. I'm going to go with it as soon as it lets me. That is to say, as soon as my opponent decides whether he's going to keep his or not. Oh goody, it's a black deck against a black deck. This should be fun. Good rule of thumb is if you can attack, attack. Now, do I want to go with that or that? Now, he may choose not to attack this time unless he plays another creature. Not that it would matter, but the reason I chose to go with this is if he does attack, I can block with it, and it dying creates a 2/2. So while it won't kill the ghoul, it'll protect me and give me a more powerful creature to follow up with, which is why he may not attack. Because now, what are you gonna do, guy? It's not rocket science. Now he's a 3-2. I could have held on to him, but basically if he attacks with the ghoul and I block with him, he will die. He will kill the ghoul, but unless our friend has a instant in his hand that can change that. But okay. You've used 2 mana, what are you going to use it for? One thing to remember is health is a resource. There are times when letting something through is the better option. I'm guessing he has a hand of creatures. And probably high cost stuff at that. Normally I would hold on to that for one of his later creatures. But if he's having trouble getting stuff out, I need to take advantage of it. I can't let it sit. I can't let it sit there in my hand unused. And he apparently decided there was nothing he could do, so that's our first victory. The Graveyard Bash deck is a deck that I played a lot in closed beta, so I'm fairly familiar with its cards. And now we're going to get the booster pack tutorial.
Ooh, more quests. You'll get another one every day.
Yes.
There's extra rewards for daily and weekly wins too. Golly, there's just so much to look forward to.
What, you're not gonna tell me how to buy decks? I'm surprised. In any case, we need to play another game. Let's see, anybody have it? Never mind, there's nobody watching, so I'm just going to go, and we'll go down the list. We'll play Forest Might next. This is not a deck that I played very frequently, so I'm not as familiar with it. I know it is heavy dino. And is centered around some big heavy-hitting cards. At the moment, and I expect this will probably be true for a while, we're getting paired against people that are our same level. And again, this is a nice card. It's a fairly minor power creature. It's a 2/2. But Vigilance early on can be tremendous because attacking doesn't cause it to tap, which means you can attack with it and still defend. So it's a good thing to have. This is also a good thing to have because you do damage to your opponent's creature without risking your own. So I'm gonna keep that. Oh, hey girl. My little Rio is laying down next to me. So first turn I'm gonna play a land, and then because I can, I'm gonna get a 1/1 creature out. This creature also, you can tap the creature to add a land, or add 1 mana to you, so it means I essentially have 2 mana on the board already. So I'm going to do that, and then do that. And then because you should never leave damage undone if you can do it, technically I could do a Rabbit Bite, but at the moment I don't see the point. This is an interesting card. It's fairly useful just because when it dies I get 2 life, so I can use it to block. I don't see the point in that at the moment. Let's see, 1, 2, I'll need 1 more mana to cast, or, well, 1 more mana than what I have in my hand, so combat. He'll block and neither of them will die, so there's no point. He knows I have something that I can cast. Is that an instant? No, it's a sorcery. Now I can go oh. I generally try not to give up that early in the game because things can change. They really didn't give enough. I mean, you still had enough health that you could be several rounds into it before dying. Now, if I'm going to die next round and there's nothing in my hand I can do about it, I'll concede. Or if they've just done an attack, I may, and it's going to kill me, I'll just not block. Oh, you really don't want to teach me how to play cards? I'm stunned, actually. Okay. I have a quest for 30 blue or red spells, so I should probably use either a blue or red deck. And I think red was next on the list anyway. Yes. Sorry, the Dragon's Fire deck is a fairly good deck. Built around fire, obviously, since that's what red is. So it's kind of built around doing instant damage, either to your opponent's creatures. It's also built around dragons, and I didn't pay attention. I should have looked to see who went first. I went first, okay. These are nice. They're 4/3, but they're only 4 mana to cast. Now, getting 2 of them to hand at this point is somewhat annoying. He's a 2/2, but if I can get a dragon out, he's a 2/2 with flying. Okay, he's playing a green-blue deck, which means he's constructed this. So we'll see how well he's constructed it. else I can do right now other than Sure Strike, which there's not a whole lot of point in. Sure Strike is +3/+0 and gives your creature first strike. Okay, Hexproof means that I can't cast spells directly at the 1/1 Merfolk, and it'll have this warding icon on it. Okay, now in this case deals 2 damage to target player or planeswalker. I can't target his creatures, but I can target him. And as a 2/1, well, he can't attack this turn, that's right. No. Okay, he's gonna try to kill it, except I do this. Okay, now notice this creature says target creature. Means I can only target a creature with it. That's a handy card if you were playing a Merfolk deck, which I'm assuming he is. One, you know what? You can do a point of damage to me. Oh, you're not the one that I was thinking of. That's why you couldn't attack last turn. Not the way I would do that, but we'll see what he's got up his sleeve. Ah.
Got a little Swedish there.
What's it gonna be? Blue tends to be a heavy control deck, so he's probably gonna try to do something to... Mutually assured destruction if I do that. I'll take the 3 damage. As soon as you give me control.
It's delicious.
Figured that. Doesn't matter. Thank you. Unfortunately, I won't have the mana to get that out this turn. I've had enough of you. Should put it on the 2/3. Okay. Good game. Well played, deck.
You have enough gold for a booster.
Oh, you finally triggered that.
Let's go get one from the store. This way. There they are. One booster pack, please. Let's go and open your new booster pack. I can't wait to find out what's inside. Open it.
Cards. Smelt is very useful. Destroy target artifact. When opponents start bringing out artifacts, it can be really annoying, so getting rid of them can be very useful. A 4/3 boar that can't be blocked by more than one creature is very nice, because chances are, particularly early game, you're going to kill whatever. The 4/2 that allows you to draw a card. A little on the expensive side at 5 mana, but not bad. I wish it had more defense, but that's life. Inspired Charge. Creatures. Give a creature you control +2/+1 until end of turn. Oh, sorry, give all creatures you control +2/+1 until end of turn. Very important and can be very useful. A 3/3 with haste. Always a handy thing. And here's some of those nice artifacts. This artifact, you can spend 3 mana and tap this artifact to draw a card. Can definitely be useful late in game when you tend to have extra mana and no cards in your hand. Suspicious Bookcase, spend 3 mana and tap this card, and a target creature can't be blocked this turn. Very handy if your opponent has a good defensive lineup and you can just somehow circumvent it. Mentor of the Meek is can be useful. If any creature that's 2 power or less that comes into the battlefield, I can spend a mana and draw a card. And again, late game that can be very useful when you're running out of cards in your hand. And that's all for that pack.
Finish quests to earn more boosters in gold.
And so now we'll move on to, let's see, that was the red. I think our blue is the next deck that we're gonna be on. Yes, Arcane Inventions. I did not have much luck with this deck when I was playing in closed beta, but we'll see how that goes, and maybe it'll give me better luck in open beta. Okay, 3 mana. The ability to throw a non-land card back into my opponent's hand. Second round I can get some artifacts out. Be a while before I can get that out, but we'll keep that. It's not a bad opening hand. Oh goody, blue versus blue. This should be fun. Hey, that looks familiar. Yeah, I can't block the flare, so we'll block that one. And yeah, I know you can just cast it again, but you have to cast it again, which means it'll have Summoning Sickness. And that was pretty much my experience with that deck every time I played. Now, all things considered, technically it's not a bad deck. I was beat by what I'm pretty sure was that deck. Actually, I'm not sure that was that deck that they were just playing or not, but
Look, special events. Each one is different.
so now we've officially opened up the whole game.
You can find events here too. Keep an eye out for new ones. Well, it's been fun. I hope you stick around. Goodbye, and good luck, Planeswalker.
30 blue or red. I still have... Oops, actually didn't want to play that deck again, but... Because I think the white deck we've technically played most of the white deck because that's what you play in the tutorial, but... Okay, Jose J. Let's see what you got for us. You've got a white avatar, but that doesn't mean anything. And my opponent goes first, so... It's a 3/3 that costs 4 to come out? Seriously? With no other special abilities? That's rather mana intensive for a... So, this is sometimes the downside of Magic the Gathering Arena in that we have an opponent that is probably just stalling. Nope. I guess they were, computing their odds or something, but yeah, we'll keep that. It's not a bad starting hand. We don't have something we can cast first turn, but we now have enough mana in our hand to get down and cast that. And it's reasonable to think that we'll be able to cast that and that. Now we may have to take a few hits so that our field creeper can live for more than a turn, but we'll see what he does. Anyway, next round, regardless of what he does, will be an island and the field creeper. That's a handy spell to get out early. It's not worth water knotting because it would still be on the battlefield even if it's tapped. Yeah, I'll go ahead. Now, if I could have done 3 damage to you, then that would have been a different matter, but... And next round is the Gilded Sentinel. You can block it. But are you going to? I mean, you can literally block it, and I won't kill your Diamond Mare, and you won't kill my Prodigy, so... It's not rocket science. Unless you have a card in your hand that can do something else. Good choice. I'm just testing the waters. Means I won't be able to cast the other stuff this turn, but I can do that, so... So whenever I cast a blue spell like, oh, this one, I get life. Thank you. Let's see. Want to trade field walkers? Who are you gonna return? Probably the wise choice. Instant or sorcery, don't have a lot of those waiting around now. Do I want to get the... That one. Sphinx for Sphinx. Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, you gonna let me attack? Yeah, that's whenever you cast an effect spell. Yeah, no, knew that was coming. Come on, there's nothing else you can do. You can block 4. That was a case I probably would have conceded there, depending on what I just drew, because he was looking at 10 points of damage coming in that he couldn't block. So that's a legitimate concede. So claim that. Play this time. We'll remember to change our deck. We'll play the white deck as it is. Still checking. Nobody's been talking in chat, so did have a viewer for a while, but they went away. This will probably be, actually we'll probably end it after this. Ooh, well these are nice. I don't have anything I can get out early, so I'm gonna mulligan that. Okay, I've got second turn stuff, so we'll keep that. I'll keep that. Playing a white-black deck, which means he's playing the vampire deck. She. Although King Laz, I'm gonna guess he. No blockers. Technically didn't need to do that because it couldn't have blocked you that turn anyway. Let's see here. I mean, I could do the same thing. Actually, I probably will, depending on what she does this turn, but as much as I hate to do this, you can forget about that. Let's see, he'll do 2 damage this turn. And yes, I know you can block that, but a nice game. Oh, you. Well, that's a good game because I can't do anything. And we concede, and that's that. Not a bad game though. Could have gone either way. So now we will take a look at things and see what. We still need to cast red or blue spells, so we'll finish that off with a red deck, because I just do not do well with that blue deck. I have done well with the red deck. I've lost with the red deck too, so I mean it's not like the red deck is an I win, but actually pretty much any deck that I've done well with I've lost. But it's okay, got some early cards, got a later card, and I've got the mana to get that out, so we'll keep that. In most cases, the first round is not very rarely will you be casting anything. I'm gonna be mana flooded this turn. Green-black deck. This could be ugly. Hey, girl. We're almost done. This will be our probably be our last hand. Let's see. He can kill the 2/2. The cost of his 2/2. He can kill the 1/1. The cost of his 1/1. I suspect you'll have something up your sleeve for this, otherwise you wouldn't be doing it, but... Kill his bristling. Yeah, let's see how he handles it. I will say he made a mistake with which creature he chose to sacrifice, but I don't know that I would have conceded then. Although, given what I had in my hand, it probably wasn't a bad thing. Oh, jeez. Okay, we're going to try to do one more quick one and see if I can't get those last 5 red spells cast. Sorry, I Quest reset daily, I like to get them done daily. That and, I mean, that's a 750 coin quest. I'd like to get that done so that I can get another pack and we can open that up. And it's still a quarter till 11, so if we get this done in 15 minutes, we've still got time to finish stuff up. And I go first. I'm actually going to take the risk on that because I've got a good amount of mana. And as long as I can get a creature that I can cast here soon, I'm not worried about those. Oh. It's going to be a mana flood. No, I'm not going to cast Sure Strike. What do you think I'm doing? Okay, he's playing a green-white. That's going to give him a third land, but he can't use it this turn. Trample and haste, or take 5 damage or sacrifice a creature. Smart, he'll sacrifice the Llanowar Elves. I can cast that next turn. See, that's 2 damage. It's 7 damage. I don't think that's necessary at the moment. That's only 2 damage. Trample can be a pain. I did not calculate that out. I will admit I did not expect to win it that turn, but oh, and I still didn't get it. And that is well, we didn't get to buy another one. Yeah, we got time for one more. Okay, so I'm 3 for 3 with the red deck. 0 for 2 with the blue deck. 0 for 1 with the white deck. I got 1 with the green deck and the black deck, so all in all, I've had a good bout of victories tonight. Okay, we're gonna mulligan that because I don't have neither mana or stuff to cast. Jeez. This has been my one complaint with the Magic, is that when you go into mulligans, you tend to go deep into mulligans because Yeah, well, I'm gonna need the mana, but I need creatures too, so. Thank you. Fair enough. Anything else you can do? Come on, show me what you got. There's nothing I can do, so you may as well let me attack so that I can pass it back. I do like that they've made the sound effect for that louder when the timer comes up. Yeah, you can do 3 points of damage to me. You got a buff or something you're gonna put on it? If not, please hit the damage button. That's what I wanted. Five, 8, or sorry, 9. Three, 4, 5. Still do 2 points of damage to him, and he would lose everything. Let's see if he's willing to do that. Fair enough. That'd be 3. They'll both be dead. And that, surprisingly, I am undefeated with the red deck. And that enables us to go to the store and buy another pack. I'm going to go down the list, as I've been doing in my other game. So, Dominaria, or sorry, as I did in closed beta. So we'll get a pack of Dominaria. And now we'll go to packs, and we will open this. We know Dominaria is where we left off. By the way, I skipped 2019 or the 2018 set because I already bought a pack of that on the tutorial. So what do we get? We got a wild card, which means we can exchange this for any common card, which is nice. Burglar Rat is a 1/1 and causes your opponent to discard a card. That's very handy. Oh, that's right, this is Ravenica that I opened. So that can be very handy because, you know, it can make your, particularly early game, it can make your opponent throw a useful card away. There's a Rhizome Lurcher, a green-black card that's a 2/2. Rhizome Lurcher enters the battlefield with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the number of creatures in your graveyard. So that's going to be very dangerous late game. Mind you, you don't want to cast it until late game. Wild Ceratok is a 4/3 creature. 4/3 is formidable. Surveil 2, then draw 2 cards. Notion Rain deals 2 damage to you. Okay, so look at the top 2 cards of your library and put any number of them into your graveyard, the rest on top of your library, and then draw 2 cards and then take 2 damage. Very odd way of doing things, but Convoke. Creatures can help you cast. Each creature you tap while casting the spell pays 1 mana. What's up, Tonka? I'll take you out in a minute. And it's flying, and it's a 4/5, so that's nice, although 8 mana is kind of on the expensive side. Demotion. Enchanted creature can't block, and its activated abilities cannot be activated. That's nice. And finally, oi, I need to turn that down. Nullhide Ferox is a 6/6 that is hexproof. But you can't cast non-creature spells. That's very limiting. For 2 mana, it loses its abilities until the end of turn. Any player may activate this ability. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, and that's going to be it tonight, as I will hold that to know where I left off in the rotation. Thank you for joining me. I hope you all had a good time. I'm going to head out now. It will probably auto-host you over to Greats. If so, enjoy his stream. He's a great guy. I will see you. I may not see you tomorrow, actually, because I have a work function going away party for a coworker. But in the meantime, I shall see you on Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern. And in the meantime, stay positive and keep smiling. And we'll see you next time on The Guy with a Smile. Tonka.